Alright, this is a tutorial on how to fix your Kenmore dryer because it's not spinning. Alright, this is the Series 100. So I'm gonna keep it simple. So this is the lint trap. Pull this out. Alright, and you have two screws that attach here and here. I already took those off. Alright, so you're gonna be a Phillips head you're gonna use for that. Alright, you can find this anywhere. And then after disconnecting those two screws, you gotta give this a little pull up, right? Don't be too gentle, it gonna come up. It won't break on you. And then you lift this over, right? And how I found out what was wrong is that this line right here, there's a belt that connects to a motor that spins this dryer, right? So I went on Amazon and I just typed in the dryer name, right? And I asked for the belt. I typed in I needed the belt for it. This is the belt, right? To make it easier for y'all, y'all can use this name and type that in Amazon. It gonna pop up. But anyways, moving on. All right, so after you lift this lid up, right? You're gonna go in here where you see two bolts, right? One here and one here. So one on the left, one on the right. And you're gonna see this. This is the door cable, right? This is what tells the washing machine that the door is open, so this stops spinning, right? So be sure to have your dryer unplugged before you do anything electrical. Make sure the power source is turned off, right? So it's already turned off. Now we're gonna disconnect that at a later time. So boom, what we're gonna do here is use a 9 or 8mm socket, right? With a little Ritchie ratchet. This is what we call it at work. Little Ritchie ratchet. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect those this cable, these two bolts, and I'll get back with y'all. All right, so we already disconnected our cable right here and disconnected the two nuts that I told y'all, or the two bolts I told y'all about, left and right. And then we go right here, right? And we pull up. All right, we gonna be all right though. So boom, right? We gonna set down one side and get this drum, right? Lift this drum. Yeah. So my laundry door is in the way. So you take it out how it's supposed to go back in. This little clot part is gonna go back here, rubbing against that. And oh gosh, look at my my fucking belt. And the inside of here, that looks crazy. But yeah, see, the belt is broken. Oh, damn, that looks crazy. I'm gonna have to get a vacuum and clean this up because that kind of looks like a fire hazard right there. I'll be back. All right, now that we got that somewhat clean, right? It's better than before, don't judge me. All right, so we're gonna unpack our belt, right? And then you're gonna notice there's two sides to this belt, right? Let me see if I can catch it for y'all. Damn, I'm not a good camera person. Anyways, you see there's a rigid end or side, and then there's a smooth side, right? You're gonna put that ribbed side on. So this is the rib side, right? That's gonna be touching the washer or the dryer drum, right? So I'll show y'all. All right, so now we have our belt on the dryer drum, right? And to make sure that it's facing the same way all around, you could just grab the belt, because it's a pretty strong belt, right? And then spin the drum with the belt, right? Just to make sure that there's no bends or kinks or anything like that on the belt. So from there, we're gonna go and put this back where it belongs. And I'll show you guys right here. This is where it gets like a little confusing, but I'll take it slow just so y'all can really see how to do it. And be sure that whenever you're putting this drum back, right, do you see this crease right here on the drum where like your finger can sit in? Make sure it sits. These rollers sit in that groove. All right. All right, and I'm gonna show y'all a little jerry rig shit that I just did, right? I got my damn, what this shit called, tripods, and put it under here, right? Because without this, the drum is gonna want to fall forward. And it's just me doing this, so I have to make shit work. But, all right, so you see this other little shit, I call this motherfucker a fish hook, right? Because it kind of looked like a fish hook with a damn wheel on the end of it. So these slots right here, we're gonna get this little edge. In fact, let me get the flashlight because this is kind of hard to see. All right, so we back to our little fish hook with the wheel on the end, right? So this is gonna go into this little groove right here. Fuck. All right, boom. Now we're gonna set it down, just like that. And that's how that goes, right? So when we're on the bottom here, you can see that my dryer is sitting on its rollers, right? That groove that I told y'all about earlier. Then we're gonna get our belt, right? And hopefully the motherfucker's still sitting on the ribbed edge, well, ribbed side. But y'all can make sure by spinning this, right? Just to make sure that there's no kinks or nothing like that. Because you want the rib side to be touching the washer drum, right? So, fuck, I'm gonna do this shit with one hand now. I'm gonna have to put the phone down. All right, but what I'm about to do is grab this little loop right here, right? You see how I'm grabbing that with my middle finger and making a little loop, and then it's gonna push through the roller, right? So it's gonna go right through there, and then after this comes that way, I'm gonna hook it around this fucking shit thingamajigger. I don't know what the fuck this shit called. The motor, right? Okay, the motor, and then you have this little end right here. Boom, we're gonna hook it right there. So when it's hooked up, you remember that loop that I pushed through this, and I said I was gonna hook it around here. This is what it looks like. All right, so what we're gonna do, right, because you can see that the belt is not aligned with that first, where it was first lined up at. So we're gonna give this dryer a couple spins, all right? I'm gonna show y'all what I mean by like it's office line, it's marked. You see where it's imprint there? So I just take that, boom. All right, well, my phone just died on me, but we back and up and running at 20%. So let's get this done. All right, so we already spun the dryer. Now the ribbed side of the belt is touching the drum. I know I said that a million times, but I just gotta make sure, right? And it's in line with the previous imprint, right? So what we're gonna do now is take our front part of the lid or cover and put that shit right back, right? So you see these two holes, boom and boom, they're gonna go and slide right onto these little prongs on both sides. All right, so we're gonna put our screws back into where they came from. Press that, put that there, put that screw, and I'll hand tighten it first, right? Then I'll get my 8mm socket on my Ritchie ratchet. Make sure it's going the right way. All right. All right. And now that our screws are tight, right? So that door is secured. Let me zoom out on this shit. All right, our door is secured. We're gonna get our door sensor cord and plug that right back in. Right. Doing this shit with one hand is kind of hard. But boom, that's secured, right? Got that back in. So door sensor, 2 screws. Our belt is on there, right? Now we're gonna get our little convertible top, convertible drop, right? Put that right back down. Boom. So you see these little 2 prongs? It's just gonna go right over here, right? And all you do, boom, one hand, pull forward, push down. All right. Then we're gonna go back, get our 2 little screws that we took off from the vent right here, and we're gonna put those in. And now that our screws are in, we're gonna take our vent, or dust trap, dryer trap, lint trap, whatever the fuck you call it, plug that back in, boom. And then we're gonna get our cord, plug this back in. All right, boom. Now, we wanna test if this works. Whew. What a beautiful sound. And let's make sure we're gonna open the door to make sure that it was spinning, right? Boom, there we go. Easy, easy peasy. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all.